touch all your seatbelts, touch all your connections, touch your Hans. Just make sure you get everything like you want it.
Alrighty, folks. Sigma Racing here live tonight from Talladega. And it's going to be an interesting one. 40 laps around here, only 106 miles with our Sigma ARCA series. And on the front row, you've got Jamison Thole and Adam Cruz. This really is going to be the series of new names that you don't probably know much about, but we're going to get to learn a lot about them here throughout the season. Behind them, you've got B. Roy and Alan Chavot, Eli the Wolf and Matthew Hubert, Bailey Parker and Jakov Rosevich, Mark Shelton and Sly Ojima, Jonah Burridge and Jaden Anderson. There was a justice for Jaden last week, hashtag trending, after he got penalized for getting waved around to the lead lap, and on a lap of his own, race control had to fix that and unfortunately DQ'd him for the whole shenanigans, but hopefully none of that happens tonight. Then you've got Matthias Nunez and Finley Herwig, Chris Mozzie and Steven Oberstadt, Rand Kataz and Casey Klein, James Gunner and newcomer Wyatt Wilkinson starting mid-pack here. Then you've got Craig Bush and Craig Popkris. How fitting. The Craig and Craig show in the middle of the field there. Skylar Taylor and Joe Hill. Chase Kovacic and Alex Sanvital. William Kinsella Jr. and Hank Scorpio. Kaylee Sheets and Ham Bergerson. Chris K. Green and RF Gustavo. Zach Magoon alongside last week's winner, Trevor Vaden. And then Evan Snake and Donovan Heiss rounding out your field here at Talladega tonight. So last week's winner starting deep in the field.
Start your engine!
Front row, Jamison Thole and Adam Cruz, a pair of drivers that have never gotten victory in Sigma competition.
How about Shannon? How'd it clear? Or you sound good. Side pulls the whole thing off. There.
So grab a bag of popcorn, maybe a thing of chips or a soda. Get settled in because it's going to be Talladega, folks. Very unpredictable. A lot of craziness can happen. 40 laps pretty quick. I expect to see one round of pit stops, but after that first round of pit stops, we'll be good to go to the finish. Getting ready to see the green flag waving in air. These ARCA contenders, this will be a huge challenge for them tonight. And they're off and rolling. I'm pondering maybe doing a doubleheader tonight. I have some things that came up for tomorrow, so we might get this ARCA race finished and then roll right into the Bridge to Cup race for this week so that I don't fall behind. But before that happens, we have 40 laps here at Talladega, and these ARCA drivers raring and ready to get their first victory. Bailey Parker, this is only his second career start in Sigma competition. A couple other drivers out there have an edge on him because they've raced in the truck series already. He, unlike quite a few of the others, this is his first ever steps into the racing world of Sigma. So race number 2 here today. A lot of drivers actually on race number 2. However, the front of the field, those two there have had some truck races already. Jonah Burridge and Eli the Wolf. Oh, and they're trying to wreck. They might make it through without a caution here. 4 wide at the turn 3. These guys are flirting with disaster. Skylar Taylor works their way back up on track, and I think we stay green. But a few drivers get shuffled out a little bit here, not of their doing. We'll have to see how hard of a hit Mark Shelton took here. Yeah, he's got James Gunner on the inside, 3 wide. James Gunner just clips the 64, and that collects the 48 as well of B-Roy. Trevor Vaden makes it through, and still running with, well, was running with the lead crew, but now stuck behind a slower number 32. That's going to keep him out of the draft for now. And they've caught up to lap traffic. That 69 is a rolling roadblock for unknown reasons. That 69 has not been able to put together a very quick lap here in the early running. 64 is about to get enveloped by the lead bunch here. Chris K. Green up into the top 10 in his inaugural Sigma Series start here. Lap traffic really becoming a factor here early on in this one. 64 of Shelton does not seem to know where to go here. Holding up a couple lines of traffic. But that's going to give Chris K. Green a chance to get up into the top 5 here. Right behind Kaylee Sheets. These two have worked their way through the field from quite a distance back. After winning last week, LFG Motorsports actually grew by 2. They had 3 entries in the ARCA series here for the first race of the season last week, and now have 5 total contestants running under the LFG banner. That 19 of Wyatt Wilkinson, newcomer to LFG Motorsports, running in the number 19. The 15 of Craig Bush joining in along with the 16 as we scroll through here. Well, the 18 of Trevor Vaden, obviously, your inaugural Sigma ARCA winner. Maybe there's only 4. Well, in any terms, they grew by 2. The other contender, the 16 there of Matias Nunez. So 4 total for LFG Motorsports. And Matias Nunez starting to work their way up to the front here for potential lead. Three wide for second place there. They thought better of it as the 15 slows up a little bit to let the 27 back in line. '27 of Evan Snake there. 3 wide with the 40 of Thole and the 15 now of Craig Bush, who led that lap. And we've even got Trevor Vaden sneaking into the picture here. Last week's winner, wanting to try to make it 2 for 2. 69 has gone a lap down, but seems to have found a home in the draft here. So that 69 is actually not a factor for the overall lead, as Trevor Vaden goes 3 wide with his teammate up on the high side. Vaden takes the lead here early in the running on lap 9. Oh, and now Craig Bush is going to hope that there's an opening down low here, because if you get stuck on that third groove, you're just going to roll backwards like a sitting roadblock. Gustavo pushing it 3 wide for second with the 11 of Cruz, 29 of Taylor. Kovacic in the mix there, running the Talladega Nights paint scheme. How fitting would that be to have a good finish at Talladega on the under the lights? Ralph Oberstadt slowly working his way up to the front here. '79 of Alan Chavot has had some experience in the USA trucks. Having a good run here so far as we're 10 laps down, 30 laps to go. Only 2 cars have gone a lap down, and realistically, we've got 26 cars on the lead draft here. Pop Chris going low with a push from Donovan Heist. This very, very typical, very standard Talladega conveyor belt pack racing, as we have become accustomed to here in the Sigma universe, or rather the Sigmaverse of offline racing. What's impressive, though, is we have not seen a big wreck. All the AI are playing very, very calm so far. Calm, cool, and collected. They've caught up here to the 48 of B-Roy. This could bunch things up a little bit. Hopefully our drivers maneuver around the lap traffic without any hassle. Going to hold up that outside line significantly. Unfortunately, B-Roy, that car has seen better days. It's getting all kinds of discombobulated here in the mid-pack. As you see, the lead draft still pretty much about 26 cars strong for now. Hopefully, B-Roy doesn't disturb the overall pack. Once they get by him, we'll go ahead and wave the black flag for the 48 so that we can guarantee everyone has a safe race to the finish here tonight. Mark Shelton still running 51s. 51. But I think that 48, yeah, 52, 250.5. Well, we'll give Roy a chance here, as he's got sorted back here with some of the slower fast cars. Did sort of upset the apple cart there a little bit, as now we've got about 2 packs yet again. And some new people joining the front of the field in this first pack. For the first time today, Hamburgerson working his way up into the top 15. Jonah Burridge is going to lead briefly here. And he's going to get right at the line, passed by Craig Popchris by inches. I think 0.01 is what the delta says there. So that was a potential photo finish position of the track there. Dang, they're almost 5 wide here at Talladega. They settled for 4 wide, but still struggling to sort things out here. That's beyond crazy. Still 4 wide in parts of the track here. This could be a wreck waiting to happen with our leaders. Now they've settled into 3 apiece for now. LFG kind of got shuffled out of the mix for the time being. Casey Klein going low here on the 10 and the 6. Klein wants to go to the lead here over Hamburgerson. Pass for the lead. Klein led a lot of laps at 777 Speedway, and he's going to go ahead and add another lead lap with Talladega here tonight. So he becomes one of few drivers to lead in every start this season. So I imagine our first round of green flag pit stops are about to be underway for some of these folks. Finley Herwig led that lap, but now Sly Ojima taking the position in the number 01. San Vidal goes 3 wide for the lead. Kinsella Jr. gets stuck up in the middle lane there. 4 wide again. This time Casey Klein way up on the high side. Everyone keeps it sorted. Has not wrecked significantly yet here today. Big one basically lurking around every corner right now, as we've got 26 drivers holding a steady wheel at the front of the field. B-Roy has now gone 2 laps down. Jonah Burridge, 78, leads the way. That second pack getting a little bit stronger there in the rear view. Matthew Hubert and his teammate Rand Kataz running 1-2 with Chris Kagri now up to third. 21 there belongs to Ralph Oberstadt, Alan Chavot, Chase Kovacic, Jakov Rosevich, Casey Klein, Jaden Anderson, Matthias Nunez, and now Jonah Burridge falls back to around 10th. Still losing ground there, 4 wide. Ooh, there's a very, very small contact there with the 19. Now that second pack looking very strong. Oh, and we've got a blown engine from the 09 of Kinsella. Unfortunately for Kinsella, significant blown engine. Wow, another blown engine, the 25 as well, blowing up. Donovan Heist missed that one by a lap. He blew up right at the start-finish line there. Missed that one in our drone cam. So attrition hitting a little bit harder here today. Bam! You can only imagine the RPMs these guys are turning around Talladega. These ARCA cars, they've got a lot of horsepower, but this is truly one of the bigger tests for these ARCA cars to be pushing those engines to the limit. So pair drivers only able to make it halfway here today before blowing up and having to settle for the back of the field. It doesn't seem like there's any oil down on track, so we continue onward. And 2 packs, very, very solid packs of cars. Actually, we're getting some word that there is fluid on track. Now, but it's out of the racing line, so we'll just continue onward here and see how things go. Yep, green flag pit stops happening now, so this could really shake up everything. Wyatt Wilkinson leads the way in that number 19 Pepsi Challenger. Yep, more coming down pit road here as you can hear the deceleration. Half the lead pack takes to pit road here. Still no caution here today so far. These guys have been racing very clean, very calculated. putting on a pretty stellar performance here tonight at Talladega. Those that pitted early, as long as they can get out there with some drafting help, they shouldn't have too much trouble getting back out there in the mix, but it's truly going to come down to who's got drafting partners under green flag pit stops here. Our leaders take to pit road now, and Kovacic going to stay out, which is impressive. And also, maybe a mistake here. That 62 is not going to have any drafting help, even though he sacrificed the lap there to lead it. So perhaps that was the goal in mind, was to get the lead lap, get those bonus points for leading. But his lap times are going to hurt significantly because of the lack of draft. These guys here should be the ones to look out for as they return from their pit stop. Where they shuffle out should be the lead of the field. Craig Popgris with Hamburgerson, Wyatt Wilkinson. Rejoin the track here with Joe Hill and Zach Magoon. They're going to get by Hamburgerson here pretty easily, and that 50 is going to be hung out to dry without any drafting help. So these guys will all close back up. Casey Klein comes back out pretty... Ooh, the 18 of Vaden makes up some ground. Seems that the pit stop benefited Vaden pretty well here, as we're down to 13 laps to go now. Kovacic is gonna by far manage to still pull out here with the lead crew. Might be about 5th or 6th, but we'll be right back in with the lead draft. So stellar on the 62 team, not to lose too much ground to these leaders. Zach Magoon going to the lead, takes position away from Craig Popgris. Hamburgerson, we all know that he's decent at these super speedway races. Had a runner-up finish in the USA Trucks. Hamburgerson must have something figured out when it comes to restrictor plate racing. There's a deep pack group here with Rand Kataz, Finley Herwig, Adam Cruz, Sly Ojima, Alan Chavot, and Jaden Anderson. Alex Sanvital falling into the grasps of that deeper pack there. Jonah Burridge is within the lead group here, so this will be our lead draft. As you can see, just about all of LFG Motorsports represented right there. The 15 of Craig Busch, the 16 of Matias Nunez, and the 18 of Trevor Vaden. A little bit further ahead, they've got their other teammate, Wyatt Wilkinson, fighting in for the top 5 position. Third right now for Wilkinson, and 10 laps to go. So make your moves, figure out the best place to be in these closing laps, because there's not a whole lot of racing left. Parker leads. Hamburgerson gets shuffled out here, and now this is probably the biggest group we've had competing for the win in the closing laps here. So Kaylee Sheets goes low, gets Jamison Thole, who Thole, of course, from the front row this race, has been at the front all day in that number 40. We do have a pretty solid energy drink war. You've got NOS, you've got Monster and Red Bull, all duking it out here. Just missing Rockstar and a couple others to name. It'd be cool to actually put a Rockstar paint scheme together. Trevor Vaden, last week's winner, coming to the front when it counts the most. 8 laps remaining. Could he potentially make it back-to-back? LFG Motorsports looking strong as all 4 of their drivers fighting for the win in the closing laps. Matias Nunez up to second. Craig Bush in third there in the middle lane. Really is getting down to the wire here. Matias Nunez is going to lead the lap there with a good push from Gustavo. A couple of these drivers on the high line are going to want to try to find a way to drop as far back as quickly so they can get back on to that inside line. No one wants to be trapped up high right now because this could be it. This could be everything for all the marbles. Chris K. Green working with the leaders here. Trevor Vaden in that Racing Miku paint scheme. Might be credited with a lead lap here in just a moment's time. I see Wyatt Wilkinson getting back down low. It's going to force it 4 wide at the back of this lead pack. And if we do get a caution, we will implement green-white checkered rules here tonight. I'm hoping we don't have to test that out. We've seen some great racing action here so far. No cautions. We did see one almost caution where a couple drivers got wrecked but kept going forward, so it did not merit a caution flag to be waved. Hubert now up to second. Jonah Burridge right there behind him. There we go. Kovacic in that Talladega Nights paint scheme. Now with an opportunity here to pounce. Wyatt Wilkinson, Kovacic, and then even Oberstadt and Joe Hill. Pepsi to the lead. However, I don't know if this will be the time you want to be at the lead. You probably want to be on that inside line about 5 cars back. But Wyatt Wilkinson could surprise y'all and just hold on to this lead for 5 laps if he's not going to be so lucky there. Momentum behind the draft is just too strong for these guys to hold on to the lead. At least he got credited with a lead lap there before shuffling to the high side. There's going to be an opening. That inside line's opened up slightly if he wants to. He could probably take it here. Pardon the undeniable glitch lag there that we just had. Frame rate is beyond plummeting. Only 3 laps remaining. I'm thinking the ones that are sitting in the sweet spot right now is going to be the 1 of Casey Klein and the 18 of Trevor Vaden. You want to be right about there right now if you want to pounce to win this race. Klein gets shuffled up here. Vaden muscling his way through. It's amazing that these guys still have not wrecked. They're racing so clean. Matias Nunez will lead the lap this time, as it'll be officially lap 38 of 40. Trevor Vaden does not want to get to the lead too quickly here, because he knows that'll shuffle him up high. He's doing a little bit more racing. Popgris is going to peak down low here. That could sink it for Trevor Vaden. Right now you got LFG teammates hooked up at the very back of that inside line. The 15 of Craig Bush and the 19 of Wyatt Wilkinson. Ooh, there's a lot of people. Oh, look at Vaden knows the method here. He's like, I'm going to get way high and try to drop all the way to the back. That is an interesting move I did not expect to see. Problem is, not everyone's going to cooperate with you when you do something like this, because you can see everyone wants to get to the back. So Vaden kind of trapped in a sucker hole right now. And now, who's going to get it done? Wyatt Wilkinson looking pretty good here. The C's could part and give Wilkinson an opportunity to get back to the lead. Wilkinson right there, now up to second. He doesn't want Thole. He doesn't want Thole to mess with him here. Wilkinson working with what he's got. The 6 of Matthew Hubert's going to lead, the white flag waving. Wilkinson has an opportunity here. And it's really going to come down to these 3, I think. Matthew Hubert, Wyatt Wilkinson, or Jamison Thole, with the very, very deep shot of Zach Magoon. Wyatt Wilkinson holds Thole behind him. Thole wants to push ever so harder to get on the inside, but Wilkinson's going to hold steady. Wilkinson gets the lead and will just have to survive the onslaught of the 40 car behind him. Wilkinson is looking, he's going to have a hard run by the 40. They're going to be 3 wide at the finish line. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Thole? Is it going to be Magoon? Oh, and I think we have a winner with Thole holding off Magoon and Wilkinson there. Wilkinson falls to 3rd, unfortunately, on the last lap. Jamison Thole from the pole keeps Zach Magoon from getting the win. Let's see just how close that was at the line. Yeah, very much so. It looks like the 40 over the 51 over the 19 of Wyatt Wilkinson. Great run from all 3 of those competitors, as Wilkinson looked like he was going to get the job done there. Just had too much momentum from the 40 of Jamison Thole to hold back. At one point, they were all 3 wide there with very little separation. That's just the way that Talladega kind of keeps it interesting, where they have the start-finish line. Imagine if this was Daytona, that would have been right about there where the finish line was, and it would have been Wilkinson. But this ain't Daytona. As they race to the line, Magoon never had an edge or other. Jamison Thole, Zach Magoon, and Wyatt Wilkinson, 1, 2, 3, your podium. Interesting for Jamison Thole, this is his first ever win in Sigma competition, and he pulled it off with a pole position and the overall win. So that's an impressive feat nonetheless. We did see some intriguing newcomers shape up, the likes of Wyatt Wilkinson in just his second start. Ralph Oberstadt with the top 5. Jakov Rosevich as well. Matthew Hubert had a decent run. Bailey Parker, Gustavo. Kaylee Sheets just missed out on a 15th. Trevor Vaden comes home in 15th. So from a win last week to 15th here, the entirety of LFG Motorsports finished in the top 15. Craig Bush, Matias Nunez, and Wyatt Wilkinson. And then towards the back, the ones that weren't as fortunate here tonight at Talladega. And so that's a wrap for race number 2 in ARCA competition. So ARCA series surely is shaping up to be a fascinating one, with some shorter race distances and a whole new roster of drivers that we really have no records of. Two of 18, so the races are not as many races as some of our bigger series. So 18 races, it's probably going to be pretty quick to figure out who's competitors for this championship, as we only have 16 races remaining after this. By race 9, by race 9 it'd be halfway. So, and it's also nice to get these wild card races out of the way first, so that we can start really establishing our strong ones from the not so strong ones going forward at some of the more skilled, or I guess skill oriented tracks rather than luck oriented.
Greg, did you have any information?
Well, I'm probably still going to run Bridge to Cup tonight so that I don't fall behind schedule. I'm going to get some stuff kind of sorted around home before I hop into that stream tonight. If anyone's awake and available to tune in, that's great. If not, I'm sure most of you will be able to catch it on the re-air tomorrow or whenever. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning into the ARCA race. That was actually a decent ARCA race. A lot of drivers still with a shot to win it at the end there. It just turns out that Jamison Thole had too much for the rest of the field to handle. So hopefully I'll have a good night, and if anything, catch you on the next stream here in probably about 15 to 30 minutes. So